Yeah, so this is the PlayStation 1. I'm finally... Here it is. Not exactly sure what model it is. I believe it's a 5001. It's a 7500. Yeah, so the PlayStation, people call it PSX for some reason, this is not the PSX. The PSX is actually a Sony, like, DVR thing from, like, 2005. But this is the PlayStation. I call it the PS1, but, you know, PlayStation. Yeah, it was released in 1994 in Japan, and it was released in 95 here, and I believe also 95 in Europe. So, and also this thing was a very successful console, too. Remember, got discontinued in 2004, so that's like 10 years after. That's a 10-year-old console. Most hardware manufacturers will usually just discontinue their console right after a new one comes. Here's the front of it. It's got the memory card and... well, 2 memory cards and the 2 controller ports. And the power button. I hate this power button like so much. It doesn't stick down, it just comes back up. Like, see, so when you unplug it, you don't know if it's turned on or turned off. So I could have this unplugged and just put it back in and it'll just turn on. Like, I think you have, kinda hard to tell, but open button. It's at the top over. And you got vents. And more vents on the other side too, and more vents on there. And you have the parallel port, or I guess it's expansion port, which okay, there we go. See, there, like rarely used. So the later models, like the 9000, don't have the expansion module on there. So yeah. Then you have the serial port, which I forgot exactly what that is. I think that's another. It's another one, but see, on the later models of the original PlayStation model, like the fat one, they only have this. Like, the original model right here has just composite video, like just plain old jacks. So they just said, oh, forget it, we'll just use our own. And the power button, it uses what a lot of things from that time use. You know, just a circle and a square, while modern times it uses 2 circles. This is the original PlayStation controller. I mean, I'm sure whenever they were developing it, they had smaller ones in this, but this is the original one. You can see there's no analog sticks whatsoever. It's just the D-pad, start and select, and then the face buttons and the bumpers. Even though you could say this is a bumper too, because I really don't consider this a trigger. This is a bumper. Really tiny, really not very good. So, well, anyways, it's a pretty decent controller. I already reviewed this, so. But the PlayStation is surprisingly forward compatible with the PlayStation 2 DualShock 2 controller. It's a pretty nice controller, and yeah, I'm sure you've probably seen the DualShock 2. If you haven't, I'll show you. Well, here's a DualShock 2. I don't really have a DualShock 1, nor do I have the really rare DualShock, or no, the dual analog controller. Like, that was right before the DualShock came out, and basically it has concave analog sticks, and the handles are much longer. Also, it's got like a lip right here on the top of that. It's got. And here's the PlayStation analog. I mean, no, sorry, memory card. This isn't the official one. I don't have one, but it looks almost like this. It's like the original. It looks kind of like a PlayStation 2 one, but imagine this, but it has the Sony logo right there. That's really the only difference. And the shape's a little bit different, but it's rectangular. And you can't use PlayStation 2 memory cards with it because of the motherboard's slightly different, which is sad because they don't really hold that much memory, like 512 kilobytes or something like that. Like, not even really a meg. Maybe a meg, but that's it. It'd be nice, because these things get eaten up pretty quickly. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention the games. Well, the original games were just like the Sega Saturn boxes. Like, a lot of CD-based consoles use these really tall boxes. They're probably, like, that high off. Let's just say, I really can't show you with my hands really well, but, you know, it'd be, like, that tall. It'd be pretty tall. And 3DO had like the worst ones, but still. And then they had ones like this, and I'm sure they've had other ones too, like big boxes. But yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna be playing Road Rash first. This is basically one of the launch titles for I think it's one of the launch titles for the PlayStation. It was on a lot of consoles. It was on the Saturn, it was on the 3DO. It was on Road Rash, was popular back then. And it's a really fun game today. And this doesn't use the DualShock at all. You can't really use it. You have to use the D-pad. So the original controller feels way better, in my opinion. It really doesn't show much, because this really doesn't show what the PlayStation can do. I'm gonna show the like the menu, because I forgot to show that. I can't believe I forgot to show it. But yeah, it's nothing much. I mean, the Slim model has a different one. It looks a little bit better, in my opinion. This looks really weird. So basically, you can go to your memory card, and yeah, you can see what's there. You have the CD player, and it actually has like a visualizer. Okay, I'll just show you like a little bit of Spyro. Oh no, I'm using the D-pad. One of the best games on the PlayStation, in my opinion. And probably the last good Spyro game, really. It's kind of a shame. So my thoughts on the PlayStation 1, well, one thing, you should definitely get one. Like, there's enough games for anybody, like, but there was just more games on the PlayStation. Everybody probably had one of these, so it's not a bad machine. You can get these things for very cheap. Like, it's starting to get a little bit more expensive, which is, I hate how that happens, because like even the NES, that thing is not really rare at all. That thing is a really common machine, and some of the games are pretty common, but people just want them, and supply and demand makes it really expensive, and this is what's happening to this thing too. So I'd say get one before it's too late. I mean, you should play a PlayStation. It's really nice. Just get it, okay?